Есть разговор, Игорь.
Я весь внимание.
Got some intel that needs acting on. NAR is preparing a huge shipment of munitions, maybe food as well. We can't let this opportunity go.
Well, you're not wasting any time on that radio, huh? Sure, I'll look into it.
power plant employees, firefighters, nurses, doctors, miners, soldiers, and liquidators. Hundreds of thousands of people helped clean up the disaster site.
A monument to those who saved the world.
Maybe they wouldn't need to save it if someone else hadn't fucked it up so badly in their first place.
Tanya, my darling, you never used to be so cynical.
Is that a fact? Or is your memory playing tricks on you? That's the problem with memories. They're unreliable, fleeting. We remember things as we wish them to be, instead of how they actually happened.
What do you want from me, Tanya?
Take a closer look at the monument. Do you see that man on the left? The one holding a dosimeter? There were no dosimeters at the site right after the disaster. The ones that weren't broken were confiscated. These people had no idea what they were facing, and anyone who tried to tell the truth was silenced. State secrets have always been a top priority for our leaders. State secrets and May Day parades. Simple people were just collateral damage, the cost of doing their dirty business.
It was more complicated than that. Besides, progress always comes at a price.
Progress, huh? Come with me, Igor. I'll show you what progress you've always loved so dearly. Remind you of anything?
That's new. The work of dark tourists, I suppose.
But what do you see?
Human silhouettes. Dark shadows burned into the background. Almost like images from Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The residue of human beings in their final moments after the bomb dropped. They were disintegrated, instantly reduced to ashes at 5,000 degrees Celsius. The nuclear fission of uranium-235 and plutonium-239 created explosions so powerful they bleached everything near the blast. But why are you showing me this? I've never worked on nuclear weapons. All I wanted was to provide cheap, unlimited power for my fellow citizens, not to build fucking bombs.
Are you sure of that? What do you remember about the RBMK-1000 reactor?
It was unreliable, flawed, used to malfunction all the time.
And why did the party bosses insist on using this flawed design? Remember, Igor. You've got to remember.
Because it could be easily adopted to wartime production.
Atoms for peace could become atoms of destruction in an instant.
But that was never the plan. Do you understand?
I have to show you something else. Follow me.
day outside. Cold, wet, and full of mosquitoes all biting you in the deck.
The Russian woodpecker, steel yard, Moscow eye, a beast with many names.
Duga 1, over the horizon radar. It was supposed to warn us about incoming nuclear missiles from the west. Impressive in size and very power-hungry. The array needed its own power plant to supply electricity. But at the end of the day, it's just a radar.
It's a tool of war. Yet another step towards a never-ending arms race. So that's progress for you, Igor? And you've been a part of that, even if unwittingly.
What are you talking about?
Was that even all of it? What about the secret transmissions, mind control, KGB experiments?
Why don't you tell me, since you seem to know so much about it?
I wish I could, but I can't.
You brought me here, and...
Don't sulk, Igor. Use your brain.
Unless I'm going crazy, and you're nothing but a voice in my head. Tanya? Tanya?
Any new developments?
Slowly getting there, I guess. Yeah, there's something I've been meaning to ask you.
Shoot.
What do you think about Olga?
Playing matchmaker, Kim-Nyuk? I thought you were a serious science type.
I'm just curious.
Normally I'd say it's none of your business, 'cause it ain't. But I like you, Igor, so... Yeah, I do like her. She's cool. She's got her own special swagger. But I can't allow myself any distractions right now.
Gotcha.
Besides, I don't think she's available, if you know what I mean.
Sure. Just don't wait too long, Sashko. Life is short, and no one knows what tomorrow will bring.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Cut it with a melodrama, Kim-Nyuk. Really doesn't suit you. We'll be just fine.
I would like to read...
Sure.
How's the shooting practice going?
Quite well, actually, thanks to your pointers. You're a great marksman, Olivier. Did you learn all that when you were with the Canadian Special Forces?
JTF-2? No, of course not. You have to be a hotshot already when you apply. I learned to shoot even before I joined the regular military. My father often took me hunting in the woods.
So your father taught you how to shoot?
Well, the old man taught me many things. How to be a total asshole, for example. I remember the time I told him I'd been passed up for promotion. The worst part was, he wasn't even angry. We were out looking for a duck blind, and he marched right in front of the barrel of... He was an experienced hunter. He knew not to do that. He paused right there in front of me. Looked at the gun, then that old bastard wanted to provoke me. God help me.
But you didn't. You're your own man, Olivier. You can't let your father's opinions define you.
You're probably right, but it's...
Can we...
Sure. What's going...
Can we...
Sure. What's going...
Can we...
Sure. What's going on?
Can we...
Sure.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Stop calling me sir. What are you...
I'm just fucking teasing you, man, because I'm bored. You used to live in England, didn't you? Eating your full English breakfast, drinking Darjeeling tea, scooting around in your Aston Martin, sipping martinis, mingling with high society. A regular James fucking Bond.
I ate porridge for breakfast, for Christ's sake.
Relax, I'm kidding. I did a piece of business with some Brits once. Good blokes. They drank Stolichnaya with Red Bull. Loopy fuckers.
Why are you wasting my time, Mikhail?
I knew a guy once, when I used to do business in Moscow. This guy wasn't a Brit, he was Scottish. I think his name was Daniel. Daniel was looking for a guide, so I took him on a tour of the underground, about nuclear bunkers under the Moskva River where Putin will hide when the zombie apocalypse comes, about the lizard people from Zeta Reticuli controlling the amount of sugar in your Starbucks coffee. He was a tad skeptical, though. Reminds me of you, and that worries me.
Why?
You've spent too much time in the rotten capitalistic West, you know what I mean. Anyway, I hope our humble way of life isn't too much of a shock for you.
Oh, trust me. I'll always be Ukrainian in my...
Great! I'll drink to that! Yeah, as soon as I find something better to drink, that is.
Want to trade?
Just...
I need to talk to you, Igor.
Sure thing, I'll go. I'm all in.
My people and I, we've been fighting the lurkers for a while now. They're terrifying, but if you make enough holes, they'll eventually drop. I've killed a couple of them, but never really asked myself what they are. You're a scientist, Igor. Do you know?
Nothing certain.
But you must at least have some theories, right? What do they want? Why are they attacking everyone?
I don't believe they want anything. I think they're very basic life forms, although they do seem to be guided by something.
Something like what?
Chernobylite, perhaps. These creatures obviously interact with the material.
So Chernobylite is not just a crystal? Are you saying it has a will of its own?
It's just a theory. The truth might be more complicated.
Everything's always gotta be complicated with you scientists, huh? Useless. Until you find...
Hi, Olga.
I'd be glad...
Actually, I'd like to...
Sure, Igor.
This world is doomed.
Dial it down a notch. You'll bring the NAR down on us. Or worse.
I can see us all in the devilish clouds, touched by the cold hand from hell. A green swarm is spreading like wildfire, ending the Red King is triumphant. But even he falls prey to the horror.
So, nothing new.
You make fun, Mousy. Well, you do so at your own peril. Tell me, what do you do with something that is broken? Do you fix it? Or do you raze it to the ground?
You're talking about Chernobylite?
I'm talking...
Not sure I follow.
Why do you think the Rat King chose this world for his wrath? It's not because we're evil, sinful, and broken. Since the dawn of time, we've done unspeakable things. Who knows? Perhaps this is our punishment?
Yes?
Deserve to live our final days in the age of the rat.
I'm not a philosopher or a mystic, but I believe there's still a chance for us to...
That remains to be seen, Mousy. But we are living...
Let me take a look.
Of course,
Hey there, old-timer. I need you to do something for me.
I'm all ears.
You know I came here to Csernobil looking for someone.
You mentioned a brother.
Yeah, Ruslan. We grew up together in Moscow. We had to fend for ourselves from an early age.
So you were, like, gangbangers?
The proper term is thieves-in-law, but you don't need to know that.
So why is Ruslan even here?
It's a long story, but our father was a cop. Like a lot of cops, he was a real piece of shit. He beat our mother every time he got drunk, which was always. But I'll never forget the last time. He took a swing at my head with a lead pipe, but this time it didn't connect. I wasn't a helpless load of shit anymore, and neither was Ruslan. We grabbed the old man and threw him down the well behind the old house. He was just too much of a bastard to die, though. Only broke his legs.
You threw your own father down a well? I guess he must have deserved it. Okay. What's my role in all this?
My brother Ruslan did something he shouldn't, and after this something, he came here to hide in the zone. I've been trying to track him down for months.
Damn. What did he do that would make him hide in a place like this?
That's not important right now. Anyway, my best guess is that he was caught by NAR. I need to meet up with him and ask him some questions. This is very important to me. Search the NAR Mobile Command Center near the old hospital in Pripyat Port. There are some officer uniforms that'll help you infiltrate the power plant. And while you're at it, I want you to look up some info on my brother. Anything you can find on Ruslan Horobets.
Of course.
I knew I could count on you, partner. Stay in touch, just in case. Radio me if you need help.
I will.
You promised your friend something, and now you need to follow through. Sashko is like a live grenade right now. One wrong move, and he'll explode. Be careful.
I'm at the outpost. A lot of firepower here.
Stay low.
I could try my luck, see if I can take them out.
You got balls, I'll give you that. But no, lure them away from the outpost somehow. Use the field radio. I assume Olivier taught you how to fool these robots. Okay, you got a plan. Get to it.
Living on the streets of Moscow teaches you how to think on your feet, huh? I like it. I'm at the radio station.
Good stuff. You know what to do next.
Help! Help! We're under attack! Monsters! God! It just tore Misha to pieces! Ah!
Is this Vova? Sasha? Use the fucking call signs, you moron, and identify yourself!
This is Sasha! Send reinforcements! We're in hot pursuit of our wanted man!
Roger that. Sending team ASAP. Do not engage the enemy. Wait for reinforcements. Do you copy?
That was good, but don't get cocky. It'll get you killed. Now move. Last thing you want is for them to catch up to you and your bullshit.
I see 2 trucks. One of them's loaded with explosives, maybe.
That's odd. Go down there and take a closer look, carefully.
got the uniform.
Good. Now see if you can find anything on Ruslan.
Team Rhino to combat ops. Team Rhino to combat ops. Over.
Go ahead, Team Rhino.
False alarm. No enemy.
It seems they caught someone who enlisted under false name. They found out his real identity, Ruslan, and that he was wanted for double homicide in Moscow. My God, Sashko, I'm sorry. I think they killed him in order to deny any involvement.
So, he's dead. I don't get to ask my questions then.
What the hell is so important about these questions? This is your brother.
Yeah, seen as double homicide. It was our parents. I think Ruslan might have been involved in their deaths.
What are you saying? You think Ruslan killed your parents?
I have no idea what happened. I wanted to find out from him directly. Now I never will.
Come on, you know your brother better than that. You and him saved your mum from your abusive asshole of a father. Do you honestly think he would harm her?
Not intentionally, no, but maybe there was an accident, crossfire.
I know you didn't get what you wanted, but you should trust in your memory of Ruslan. I'll see you back at the base.
You're out of your goddamn mind if you think you're going back now. Whatever he did or didn't do, Ruslan is still my brother. I need you to avenge him.
What? You should think things through first. Get some peace of mind.
I don't want peace of mind. I want a piece of them. Mind the place and send those NAR fuckers back to hell.
I'm with you. Ruslan must be avenged.
Appreciate it. Now, on the C4, grab the detonator and hide in the hospital. Wait for the right moment and press the button.
I've got the detonator.
Hide. Wait for those fuckers to come back.
I see them.
Whenever you're ready, but don't hesitate.
Who's that? Some stumblebomb is closing in on the checkpoint. Is that Mikhail's friend?
Blow it up before he gets any closer. Do it.
What? No fucking way! That old bastard is way too valuable! Don't you fucking dare!
You let me down, Igor. You know what happens to people who let me down. I don't work with them anymore. At the very least, I helped you, remember? It's unfortunate you chose not to return the favor.
I promised to help you find your brother, not slaughter anyone you pointed your finger at. I'm not a killer.
Everyone forensic killer under the right circumstances. We had a deal. You broke it. Why?
I'm sorry, it just didn't feel right. I'm not a murderer.
You think this is about you now? Pathetic. Back home I'm called a crook, a gangbanger, an outlaw. But I don't let my people down. At least I can say that. What's up, Igor?
Tell me about your time with Eurokerp.
Why the interest all of a sudden?
You tested me because you wanted to know who you were working with. Now, I'd like to know more about you.
Fair enough. Well, I did a few things I regret.
Like what?
The businessy term for its goods redistribution.
You stole from the rich and gave unto yourself.
Not myself. We used to have a, guess you would call it a fund. Something like a joint bank account. Everyone had to contribute. It was used to pay for our wages and bribe the police, but also to help anyone struggling, living in poverty. Yuri Kipish is one nasty... I'd never... Oh.
Do you have a second, Igor?
Sure. Sure, what's going on?
I've been thinking about my family and my childhood in Minsk. My mom relocated to Pripyat after my father died of cancer.
Wasn't she afraid to bring you here? You must have been a teenager then.
Oh yeah, I was a teenager all right. A smart-ass little rebel in combat boots and goth makeup. My mom wanted to leave me behind with relatives, but I wasn't having it.
You were brave.
I was a goddamn stubborn lippy kid. That's who I was. My mom, on the other hand, she was a loving and caring soul. She thought of only others, never about herself. She came to the zone to help, and I followed. But now that she's gone, I'm starting to question my own reasons for being here. Sorry, I don't usually get sentimental like this.
That's okay. Sometimes we spend so long chasing something we forget while we're chasing it in the first place.
You're right. Maybe it's time for me to sit down and give it all a hard think. You should do the same.
Hi, Olga.
I'd be glad to.
Fantastic. I'm ready.
No joke. Welcome to your second lesson, Igor. Now I'm going to teach you how to handle your rifle in automatic firing mode. I'll let you in on a little secret. The fastest way to kill an enemy is to replace all their internal organs with lead at a rate of 700 rounds per minute. Okay, maybe it's not really a secret, but it is common sense. You're a scientist. You should appreciate that. You've already met your arch enemies. Ready? You haven't emptied the entire magazine. But you have lots of potential, seeing how you haven't used any of it yet. I think you now have a real fighting chance against your enemies. Well done, Igor. Well done, Igor, but don't get cocky. You still need practice, lots of practice.
We need to talk.
What's going on, Sashko?
I'm leaving.
What do you mean?
I don't belong here anymore. I was just passing through anyway. Your mission is taking too long. I've got my own business to take care of. I've been babysitting your ass for far too long, Igor.
I thought we were partners. You agreed to work with me.
Yeah, I agreed to do a few gigs with you, but I never promised to sit around in a warehouse while you're fucking around doing God knows what.
I'm sorry you see things that way. We still could have been a great team.
If you'd have followed my advice, then maybe. But this was only ever going to be a temporary situation. I work alone. You're not cut out for this, Professor. Best thing for you would be to go home. When we first met, I thought I saw something in you. The spark that every true leader has. I was wrong. You're no leader. Yours is the spark of madness.
You've got it all wrong, Sashko.
No point arguing, Professor. I already made up my mind. I'm going my own way. I supported you whenever I could, but it's time I started looking out for numero uno. Besides, I don't like the way you run things. You lack focus. You keep distracting yourself with bullshit problems. I'm not sticking my neck out for you anymore.
I'm doing the best I can with what I've got. Can't you see that?
Talk is cheap, Igor. I've seen a lot of smart Alex in my life talking big, but they never deliver.
Is that how you see me? I thought I'd already proven myself.
You've had your moments, I'll grant you that. But in my line of work, consistency is everything. On the streets, a man's reputation is based on how good his last fight was. There isn't any consistency in your actions, Igor. You were off to a good start, but recently it's been a downward fucking spiral. So, I'm getting out of here before you drag me down with you. Our cooperation is over. Good luck out there, Igor. If we meet again, I hope it won't be as enemies.
Igor, it's not the end. I won't let it end. Sashko asked you to blow up the NAR checkpoint to avenge his brother. You hesitated because you didn't want to cause any collateral damage. In the end, you didn't go through with it, and Sashko was furious. Go ahead, change the past.
I think they killed him in order to deny any involvement.
So, he's dead. I don't get to ask my questions then.
What the hell is so important about these questions? This is your brother.
You're out of your goddamn mind if you think you're going back now. Whatever he did or didn't do, Rustlin is still my brother. I need you to avenge him.
What? You should think things through first. Get some peace of mind.
I don't want peace of mind. I want a piece of them. Mind the place and send those NAR fuckers back to hell.
Who's that? Some stumblebomb is closing in on the checkpoint. Is that Mikhail's friend?
Blow it up before he gets any closer. Do it.
What? No fucking way! That old bastard is way too valuable! Don't you fucking dare!
Sorry. It had to be done.
It had to be. Fuck you! If that really was some vagrant wandering around, I wouldn't give a shit. But he was really fucking useful to me. Fuck!
We need to talk.
Sure. Let's talk.
It's about my mother. Or rather, about what she found. I didn't tell you this before, because I didn't know if I could trust you. I think I know why they took my mom. She was dangerous to NAR. It wasn't a coincidence. She saw something. Even took a photo. You see, when NAR first came here, they pretended to be friendly. They offered free examinations to several sample shells, and even promised my mother medical assistance. It was all a ruse, of course. My mother was invited to their lab, and she ended up seeing something she wasn't supposed to.
She was inside their lab. You should have told me about this sooner. Do you know what she saw?
They were running experiments with Chernobyl light on human subjects. All volunteers, of course. Soon after that, people started vanishing, my mom included.
Do you still have the photo?
No, my mom always kept it on her.
Is there any other proof to back up your mother's account?
No, but I can't see my mother lying about something like that. She only ever had the Samuel-Shell's best interest at heart. My mother was the least selfish person I've ever known. She wanted to help everyone who suffered from the Chernobyl disaster in any way she could. She paid the ultimate price for her kind heart. Now, I have to find out why and make this right.
I get it. Really. She sounds like an amazing lady. How can I help?
I know it's a lot to ask, but I need to know what my mother saw in that lab. I need you to go to Lenin Square and get inside. There must be something there incriminating NAR. This will help your search for Tatiana as well. If she's in the zone, she must somehow be part of all of this.
It won't be easy, but I'll definitely try.
We need to talk, Igor.
I'm all ears.
Got some intel that needs acting on. NAR is preparing a huge shipment of munitions, maybe food as well. We can't let this opportunity go.
Oh, you're not wasting any time on that radio, huh? Sure, I'll look into it.
Igor, a moment, please. I heard you talking to our she-wolf here. You don't want to go to Lenin Square. I don't think you're ready. Who knows what you'll be up against?
I think I've proved myself quite capable, no?
You can harness the power of Chernobylite. An impressive feat. But what if they find a way to disable it?
I've been taking risks pretty much since the beginning. It's the only way forward.
I admire your grit. But I've seen guys like you in the field. They never quit. Until they're dead.
Olivier wants to play soldiers, Igor. For him, everything is war. And the spoils of war. What about you, my darling? What is your mission? The NAR doesn't care about anything or anyone. Deaths are just numbers on a page for that greedy corporate beast. And the beast won't allow you to pull out its teeth so easily.
Olivier, I'm up on the roof. There's a signal flare in the distance.
I assume it's red?
Yes.
Must be the drop zone. That's your target. Time to roll. Good luck.
Yes, sir, Olivier, sir.
Anton was a good guy, so let's do our best. For him. Try to keep a low profile out there. Don't let NAR spot you, and don't take more than you can easily carry.
I should have taken that job at my father-in-law's factory. Shit.
I have arrived at his last known position. It's only a matter of time before I find him. This is not going to end well for you. Let's see what you're made of. Why did you have to come back, huh? Let's see what you're made of. You're full of surprises, but it's not over yet. Good.
Olivier, I can see the crates. It looks promising.
Well done. I know you worked hard for this, but don't get greedy. Remember, low profile. Don't listen to that soldier boy. Fuck low profile. Remember the pointers I gave you, Igor. Be a pro. Igor, any ammo you leave behind, they're gonna use to shoot you in the ass. Blow that shit sky high.
Olivier's right. Causing an uproar when it's not completely necessary won't help our mission.
Dear Igor, apologies for this pre-recorded message, but it's for your own safety. I found something that will help you in your search. The documents are on the roof of the Pripyat hospital. Come as quickly as you can and try to be discreet. My superiors would be very unhappy if they knew I was helping you.
I knew I could count on the old man. I would have contacted him sooner, if only I'd known he was here.
It seems that Olga's mother was onto something that got her killed. Could it be the key to finding out about the NAR's plans? Just be very careful, my love. I feel you getting closer to the heart of evil. Soon you may reach a point of no return.
For the lab, Igor. Should be in the middle of NAR's camp. See if you can slip in unnoticed. Don't get in any fight unless you have to.
Sure thing, Mum. And don't worry, I've got my sweater.
You've got some issues, don't you?
Okay. Now's not the time to get distracted.
Locate the lab and try to reach it without drawing attention. You don't want to fight all these guys at once.
prepare 50 mils of ferric chloride and 100 mils of chlordiazepoxide.
I know that voice. Where have I heard it before?
Right away. Who are you? What are you doing in here?
That man on the phone. Who was it?
You're Kiminyuk. Dear God, please don't hurt me.
I asked you a goddamn question.
My boss, you mean? I don't know his real identity. Almost nobody does, I swear.
Do you really want to play it this way? I can see you're scared, and rightfully so. But it seems you're deliberately trying my patience.
No, not at all, sir. Please, I can't tell you what I don't know. But I can tell you other things. Just ask. Just don't kill me. I can be useful. You'll see.
Vanya, my patience is wearing thin. Where are those damned chemicals?
Answer him, but casually. Relax.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'll send them right away. Apologies for the delay.
Spare me the excuses and move. I need that chlordiazepoxide and I need it now. You two, continue without me. I hope for your sakes you don't screw this up.
It would be best if you forgot I was ever here.
Of course. I won't tell a soul.
Look at the tissue structure. This used to be a liver, if you can believe it. We need to collect samples.
The brain is hyperactive. Look at the chart. But it still doesn't respond.
Vanya? Finally! Who the hell are you? What did you do with Vanya?
Stay very still if you want to live.
Please don't hurt us. We're scientists.
Yeah, so was Dr. Mengele. Are you performing a vivisection without anesthesia? Administering shots of typhus? What are you doing exactly? I really want to know.
No, nothing like that. We're not beasts. We treat our patients as humanely as possible. But you have to understand that...
Scientific advancement requires sacrifice. Other people's sacrifice.
You make it sound sinister. But yes, everything we do is for the greater good.
How does it work? Are you shooting these poor souls up full of Chernobylite?
I can't talk about that. The NDA we signed is very strict. The penalties...
Did you just say NDA? Are you for real? Stop being a corporate stooge and start thinking about your own life.
Sure, you're right, of course. We started out giving them shots, but that was just the first stage. We're way past that now.
Uh-huh.
It was, you see. The fatality rate was... it didn't bring the desired results.
We've moved from administering nanosolutions to directly editing human genomes to enhance them with Chernobylite. We've developed our own Chernobylite CRISPR.
Your patients or subjects, whatever you call them. Especially the locals. What happened to them?
Which ones? There were many patients here.
Some of them didn't make it past the final phase. The others, we don't know.
Don't let him dodge the question. Make him talk.
Look, please, can we all try to stay calm? Let us explain. Modifying genomes is only the first step. Next, we induce a state of superconsciousness in the subject's gamma brain waves. It's basic neurology. The sympathetic nervous system begins to release enormous amounts of energy straight to the brain via the thalamic gate at the brainstem. When the thalamic gate opens, the energy flows to the pineal gland and... well, there you go. I don't like to use this term, but it opens a third eye.
A third eye? Right. Then what?
Enhanced by Chernobylite, the pineal gland can do incredible things. Release all kinds of energy, and even influence physical objects, as in telekinesis.
You're torturing people so they can bend spoons with their mind? God, what kind of quacks are you?
This is all following the scientific method, believe me. These are closely monitored, replicable experiments. Anyway, when the subject is ready for the final stage, we put them in an induced coma. Contrary to what you might think, it's for their own good.
Explain, and fast. What is this final stage?
Our boss calls it communion. It's when the subject's gamma brainwaves interact with Chernobylite's mental waves. Or, well, to tell you the truth, we don't know exactly what it is. Chernobylite is like a virus, in a way. It's not exactly inorganic matter, but neither is it a living organism. It's something in between. And it produces a type of brainwave, even though it clearly has no structured organic tissue.
Well, what's the purpose of this communion?
This is where it gets really interesting. You know that Chernobylite can be used to create wormholes, right? You've been doing it yourself. But these wormholes are special. Haven't you noticed? They're not a purely physical phenomenon.
I don't understand. What else could they be?
We know what singularities and the tunnels should look like. We know what they are in theory. But has anyone actually been inside one before?
Bullshit. I've studied Chernobylite too. The exotic energy it contains is powerful enough to create quasi-black holes and passages between them.
We thought so too, at first. But think about this. What if there was an organism, or a virus, an entity powerful enough to create its own singularities?
No biological organism could encapsulate that kind of energy, or survive if it did. A living entity would be torn to shreds.
But Chernobylite is not a normal biological organism, is it? We have no idea what it is. Just try and consider the possibility that the wormholes you're walking into are not something created outside of Chernobylite. They are Chernobylite. You're traveling through the veins and corridors of its multidimensional body.
But what does that have to do with this communion thing?
Isn't it obvious? We're trying to communicate with Chernobylite, or somehow influence it through the mental energy of our subjects. But getting inside this thing's mind, or whatever it is, must be a truly disturbing experience.
You're fucking insane, both of you. You need to stay away from the morphine cabinet for a while. I've heard enough. Who's your patient here?
I'm not sure, but she must have been carefully selected.
Selected? How? Did she volunteer? Or was she maybe run down and captured by soldiers in the woods? Talk!
I'm not familiar with the selection process. Our boss would know. But we know very little about him.
What's your boss in charge of exactly?
The entire biotech division, pretty much everything Chernobylite related, but mainly the impact on human physical and psychological functions.
Clustered, regularly interspaced, short palindromic repeats. How does this work with Chernobylite?
It's similar to a standard gene editing tool. We take specialized protein from a certain bacteria, modify it with Chernobylite, and then target the exact genes we want to modify.
Wait, I know more about physics than genetics, but CRISPR is usually done on embryos, right? And it takes time, sometimes even years, for mutations to show.
Our boss developed his own methods. The process is applied directly in the subject's body. The speed of the mutations has increased exponentially. It no longer takes years, but weeks, sometimes mere days. Marvelous, isn't it?
Enough. All I've got from you so far is a bunch of gibberish. I want to see the actual research. Where do you keep your data? All the research data?
Check the database in this computer. Everything can be accessed from here.
It's password protected, isn't it?
Promise not to kill us and we'll tell you.
Don't worry, I don't give a shit about you. Password.
23#98S$.
Listen to me very carefully, Igor. This research, this data, it's too dangerous to exist. My people died because of it. Delete everything. It won't bring my mother back, but at least no one will profit from her death, and the deaths of others.
You need to download this research, Mousy. This is the Rat King's brain stash. It's dangerous, yes, and inhuman. But it could contain the key to defeating him.
Good call. Oh, I knew you'd see reason.
What have you done, Mousy? Why aren't you following your mentor's guidance? The Rat King must be destroyed! Everything else is irrelevant.
I'm sorry, Olga. Nobody deserves to die so horribly.
I was hoping for some good news, but perhaps I was foolish. My mother, these people, they were all just used, processed. How could anyone do something like this? Anyway, did you find anything of value?
Not sure yet. Bizarre theories about Chernobylite, mostly. I don't know if I want to get into the details yet.
Try me. I'm not a bookworm like you, but I'm not stupid either.
Well, NAR seems to think Chernobylite is like a giant turtle that carries our universe on its back. They figure they can tame it and ride it wherever they want. Like a pet.
A turtle?
It's just a metaphor, but the scientific theory behind it is no less insane.
Right. Thanks for trying, I guess.
Hello.
Olivier.
Someone. What do you make of this Tarakan guy?
I don't know yet. He's a very complicated personality.
Complicated, huh? That's a cute way to say insane.
Well, that certainly is a possibility. But he also knows a lot about NAR, the Shadows, and the incident. Maybe even more than we do. We cannot ignore that.
You think his grotesque costume, the fetishes, and manic blathering are some kind of act?
Maybe. Maybe he's just got an overdeveloped sense of humor or something.
Fuck his sense of humor. Over the many years I've spent in the field, I've developed a kind of sixth sense. A gut feeling about people. Right now, my gut is telling me there's something sketchy about this guy.
Maybe your gut is just hungry. Did you consider that?
I'm glad your sense of humor is intact, Kim and Yuk. But if Tarakan endangers our mission in any way, I hope you kick his shaggy shamanic ass out of our base.
Do you think you could... Perfect.
Fuck. Now that we've covered the basics, it's time to introduce some more advanced techniques. I'm going to teach you how to shoot. Don't hug your cover. Remember to stay in cover as much as you can. Okay, Igor? Ready? Go! Nicely done. Keep practicing and you'll be the terror of the zone in no time.
I need to talk to memories. According to my mom,
I know. I used to live here myself a long time ago. The details are a bit blurry, but I have warm feelings about the past.
Right. Then you must know that life in Chernobyl was better than in other parts of the Soviet Union. My mother told me that all the closed cities, the secret cities, offered creature comforts in exchange for secrecy and obedience. It was a privilege to live in such a place. You could always buy whatever you wanted. The streets were safe and the pay was decent. Everybody believed the authorities would protect them from any harm. They were such good comrades, after all. They would have gladly given their lives for this country. And for what? All the cover-ups, the KGB worrying more about appearances and the state secrets than their own people. My mom's friend Katya was living in Kiev at the time of the Chernobyl catastrophe. She was pregnant. And only 1 week after the reactor blew apart, she marched in the May Day parade of 1986. Can you imagine? It wasn't canceled. What a crime. The authorities never warned anyone. They claimed it was completely safe. They didn't give a fuck about them. They just wanted to keep a lid on it. Katya told my mom that by the end of the day, she and her husband had a strange purple tan on their faces and could barely catch their breath. Katya's son was born a couple of months later. He was very sick.
I'm so sorry, Olga.
You should be. You were part of this mess, even if you don't remember it. My apologies, Igor. I shouldn't. I had no right to.
That's okay. These are painful memories. You have a right to be upset. Hi, Olga.
I'd be glad to.
Actually...
Hey there, Bob!
Sure. What is it?
I need to ask you something, Igor. And you have to be absolutely fucking straight with me.
Whoa, Mikhail. Should I be scared?
No, but I need you to really take me seriously. I sometimes get the feeling that you don't. What are your plans with NAR and Kozlov?
I don't know yet. Why?
Because I've got a feeling that you'd be willing to parlay with them, even come to some kind of agreement. And I want to make sure you understand that I won't fucking allow it.
Is that so? What would you have me do, Mikhail?
Annihilate the motherfuckers, that's what I'd have you do! Hang Kozlov from the highest branch of the tallest tree in Pripyat!
Look, I came here to find Tatiana. That's what matters to me.
Right. That's what matters to you. And what about me?
There's a lot of anger in you, Mikhail. I get it, but...
But what? But your motherfucking pain is better than mine? You pose as a cool and level-headed guy, but sometimes you act like an egocentric prick.
What do you want from me, Mikhail?
Tatiana is your goal, not mine. I will have my closure, and I'll have my revenge. You have no problem using me for your mission whenever it suits you. There may come a time when I use you for mine.
Please, just try and cool off. Don't do anything rash.
No promises, Professor. No fucking promises.
Mikhail...
Fucking get...
Actually...
Wake up, Igor. I want you to see something.
Can't you just tell?
Kopachi.
you